This is Messages from the Universe with Lori Wondra of Your Life Core. Here, Lori delivers information from the Mastery Realms related to astrology, planetary influences, energy surges, and generally how we are evolving. She connects with angels, guides, ascended masters, astro beings, and those that come forward with messages to help us on our journey. Welcome, everyone, to Messages from the Universe podcast.
Hello, I am Lori Wondra, and thank you for listening. What's up with the energies of June? Well, first of all, we are in Gemini season. This is the sign of the twins. It's the dance between light and dark, strong communication, and all sorts of other good stuff happening this month. Gemini season will impact all of us, and I will run through the impact to each and every sign. But first, let's jump in and talk about the overview of what this season is going to mean for us. So Gemini season really is in effect from May 20th to June 20th in 2024. As the sun enters Gemini, the focus shifts to communication, our thought patterns, social connections, and of course, fun. When you've grown accustomed to Taurus season, which we're just leaving, that set a more leisurely, mindful tone and encouraged us to be deliberately slow, steady. The sun's time is now moving into more buzzy, changeable. Gemini feels like a shift in the speed of our energy. We're all more apt to scatter our attention across a variety of topics, interests, and activities, and put socializing at the top of our to-do list. In the Northern Hemisphere, we're moving into the summer months, outdoors, more activity, more connections in nature, which helps us with those social interactions. In the Southern Hemisphere, we might be moving indoors a little bit more as we celebrate more of the cooler weather and more of the homing energy that area might be feeling. But Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the messenger planet that oversees communication, information gathering, and sharing. It's very cerebral energy, involves our decision making and learning. These are all themes that are more prevalent now during Gemini season. You could be fired up to hit the books, take a class, read some intellectual information, but it's also energy about making new friends, planning travel, initiating intellectual stimulating conversations, or going to a place that maybe has some more historical or more cultural value to it. Brainstorming is also on the table. We have tons of ideas that were now being showered onto the planet, and getting together with colleagues or socializing can fill in some of the gaps in those brainstorming sessions. This is a time really to fill your schedule with more social get-togethers than usual. This year, that energy will also emphasize even more than usual because of Jupiter's interaction. Jupiter really amplifies anything that it touches, and this planet of expansion and abundance entering the sign of Gemini for the first time in 11 years. For everyone, this transit will throw a magnifying glass on all Gemini areas of life. That includes social media, connection, communication, language, intellect, travel, and 24/7 news cycle. That's all information coming at us at all times. You'll do well to prepare for a very buzzy, highly connected, mentally stimulating 12 plus months. And the more that you can lean into being adaptable and curious, the more you can express yourself and engage with others, initiating animated conversations, debates, and brainstorms, and engaging with technology with various forms of media, the more connected and potentially primed for success you'll be throughout this transit. Learn about this energy, use it, and use it to your advantage to advance in those areas that you've been maybe feeling a little bit stuck or rigid in. Our human transformation continues, and Gemini season is really here to provide plenty of opportunity for us to continue with our shift. On May 22nd, the Sun trines Pluto, which could support your confidence and ability to feel even more empowered as you move through a thrilling metamorphosis of some kind. That metamorphosis is going to be different for each of you. That depends on where you are in your life and, of course, your astrology. Romantic Venus syncs with Pluto on May 25th, which could signal intense shifts in relationships. Also could intensify your perception of beauty and the potential of what you're earning, or maybe looking at what you're not earning and looking to make some shifts. We have the full moon on May 23rd, and that is the full moon in Sagittarius, and Venus enters Gemini after meeting Jupiter. So this full moon in Sagittarius invites us to let go of limiting beliefs and worldviews that no longer serve us. An important shift has occurred in how you view your life, how you view love, how you view relationships, and of course, spirituality. The full moon also inspires an exploration toward higher knowledge or intellectual wisdom by questioning the meaning of life and exploring realities beyond your comfort zone. It's time to shed masks and really embrace truth. Venus in Gemini offers a chance to redefine the views and information stored or perceived regarding our relationships and social connections. So during this period, you can reevaluate your perceptions of all your relationships, gain more awareness of unconscious expectations and beliefs, and reevaluate habitual communication patterns. I realize that's a big mouthful, but really what the energy means, this is a time to assess who we are, what we like, what we don't like, and who is around us. We have a deeper awareness of who we are and what we want, and that includes the intellectual properties of our being as well as how we communicate. This Gemini season carries significant global and personal weight because Jupiter is transiting into Mercury-ruled sign on the 25th, bringing an opportunity for us to grasp the big picture and then analyze all the little details with finesse, all at the same time. If you find this confusing for yourself, ground in the intent of your actions. Gemini is known as the sign of the twins, one in heaven and one on earth. It reminds us to embrace duality. During Gemini season, the relationship with your mind, your nervous systems, and the communication takes center stage. We think of duality or the energy of shifts being outside of us, but we have duality within us. And Gemini season teaches us to work with all the layers of our being. It's time for you to expand your networks, again, engage in social gatherings and embark on exploratory journeys, things that will expand your mind, that will grow the emotional compass. This period inspires global transformation in communication, networking, and of course, technology. This is a time of opportunity and expansion. The presence of Jupiter in Gemini is really like a breath of fresh air. It promises a whirlwind of blessings that fosters a sense of intellectual curiosity and a huge thirst for new experiences. When I'm channeling, I ask for the new stuff. I don't want the same things, the same messages just regurgitated in a different form. This is a time for new information to come to us or experience things in a new way. Communication thrives under the influence of Gemini and social connections. It's a time of flourishing these relationships. Communication doesn't always have to come with those here on Earth. I feel that this is also a very strong spiritual time for the communication of other dimensions to work through or to us. The focus shifts are about adopting a healthy dialogue when understanding and exploring the many belief systems of the world. And again, when I say world, I'm just not talking about Earth, I'm talking about the universe. You can expect to find yourself buzzing with high energy, quantum leaping, and eager to engage in stimulating conversations. It's a time for learning, traveling, and embracing diverse perspectiveness. Again, when I say learning or traveling, doesn't necessarily mean traveling the globe. It could be traveling to other dimensions or astral. Be open. Be curious. Now, globally speaking, bringing it back to Earth, Jupiter's transit through Gemini signifies societal transformation in the areas of commerce, communication, technology, travel, law, spirituality, religion, and of course, fortune. However, amidst the excitement, there's a need for caution as Jupiter's boundless energy in Gemini can sometimes lead to scattered focus and a tendency to bite off more than one can chew. The flood of information and ideas and influences can create confusion and division as differing viewpoints clash. And we might see that in the media, online, and in social circles. The communication can be an overload for some. So ground in. Get out into nature, find quiet time to relax in silence. Come back to your core vibrational frequency. As we jump into June 2nd, lucky Jupiter does this upbeat dance with regenerative Pluto. Pluto is the planet about death and rebirth. It's an astrological occurrence that hasn't happened since June 26th of 2016, and it really won't occur again until September 24th of 2028. This is this magic portal or this magic window. This dramatic planetary pairing could work in your favor to fuel massive positive change. And as a result of moves you might make now, you could find you have a thrilling new outlook on your journey, your path, and even your life. If you could opt to take a wildly new route to achieving your personal growth, this might be the time to do that. Mercury harmonizes with Pluto then on June 4th, which supports transformative conversations, research, travel, and even deeper or bigger technology breakthroughs. On June 6th, we have a new moon in Gemini, and that presents an opportunity to set intentions related to communication, using technology to your advantage. Short distance travel, spending time with siblings, if you have them, and connecting with your community and friends. Gemini season 2024 also brings Mars into Taurus, and it ends with Mercury and Venus in Cancer. So what this means is this blending of groundedness. It gives you an opportunity and inspires you to take practical steps towards your goals. Mars in Taurus energy gives us persistence. It's the bull that has that patience, that's steadfast. So we'll tend to linger with working something through longer than we might have expected. We'll get what we want and we'll stick with it. We'll feel stronger in our work now, willing to put in more time or effort, but we'll also be more willing to work harder for financial gain and be sensible about our worth. Now we end this cycle with Mercury, that's communication, and Venus, which is about relationship, in the sign of Cancer. That's home and family. And that gives us energy to reflect on where we are, but may make our decisioning process more difficult, especially if decisions impact our emotional support systems or those that we might be giving energy to another. Nurturing instincts will kick in, bringing a different level of softness into your life. However, feeling secure in relationships will be vital. It will be important for you to leverage this new level of caring. So let's dive in and see how each sign might experience this Gemini season. And let's start with Aries. June will ignite in Aries a very strong urge to travel and to socialize. Unfinished tasks may cause mild fatigue and demotivation, but it's important not to fall into cycles of stress. Instead, consider getting out into nature, meeting up with friends to clear your mind and lift your spirits. Perhaps you'll even plan a long-awaited vacation or a trip. Thanks to the sun's trip through your communication zone, you'll be eager to say yes to just about any and every invitation that comes your way. Spending more time with friends, colleagues, neighbors, and siblings, if you have them, will be nothing short of truly mentally stimulating and joy-fueling. And if you've been wanting to brainstorm new ideas for shared projects or simply engage in lively conversations, this is the time of year when those areas of life are sure to flourish. During this period, you may find yourself drawn to arts. There's also a possibility of discovering hidden talents in this area. Embrace the opportunity to revive old hobbies, as it can lead to new connections and an avenue to broaden your horizons. Aries, I know that you like to have a plan. You like to plan ahead, so you might find that in June, you'll be anticipating the upcoming holidays. Work days may feel extended and a bit boring, which will prompt you to search for more engaging activities. The restlessness could lead to irritability towards others, which may be regretted later. Aries, your ruling planet, action-oriented Mars, will be in your money zone from June 9th to July 20th. So you'll also be fired up to hit the gas on income-boosting goals. And Taurus, well, with the sun moving through your money zone right now, you'll enjoy a surge of confidence that you can channel into boosting your income, exploring new avenues for earning, and exploring how you can bring your skills to the table in a different way. In the coming months, Taurus may find themselves grappling with negative thoughts and attitude towards life in general. Long-standing emotional barriers may resurface, potentially leading to some mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, stress. But rather than feeling overwhelmed, please view this as an opportunity for positive change, particularly in your personal and romantic life. June presents the ideal chance to release the past, unwind, shift your perspective, and embark on a fresh start. During this season, you may also be more susceptible to some feelings of jealousy or discontent, places you feel that you are lacking. It's beneficial to redirect attention towards appreciating the overlooked aspects of your life. You are magnificent, and you need to hear that, embrace that. You may feel challenged on your self-worth, and you may have to speak up for what you feel you deserve. But this is your birthright to understand and to live the best version of yourself. The universe will be backing you on communication with Mercury and the push of Mars in your sign from June 9th to July 20th. You'll have more energy overall to pursue your passion projects. And Gemini, you can expect opportunities for acquiring new knowledge and skills that can lead to success in the workplace. While the confident sun moves through your sign, you're prepared to step on stage and shine. That could mean sharing your most ambitious ideas with colleagues and higher-ups, stepping up your mind-body practices, and giving voice to your desires within the relationships you have. It might also be a very good time to consider seeking a salary increase. Pluto moves into your adventure zone, so you could be feeling more courageous and bolder, as well as creating the desire to plan for an extended travel, extended vacation, and an experience you've been looking at for a while. Maybe a chance to immerse yourself in a different culture. Prioritizing personal freedom over building new relationships will be common this month. However, socializing with friends will certainly be enjoyable, as you're likely to be the center of attention. Gemini's persuasive abilities will be heightened in June, possibly positively impacting work interactions. It's important to be cautious, as the influence of Mercury can put in some unpredictably energy and lead to unforeseen consequences. Despite this month presents an ideal opportunity to plan a trip and leverage communication skills. Gemini, what you aim for will be supported by the sun and a big lineup of planets that are harmonizing with the powerful energy. And Cancer, well, June for you is while the vibrant sun travels through your spirituality sector, you could feel a little bit like you're behind the scenes, waiting to step under the spotlight. This is a time for planting seeds you want to see grow next month when the sun is in your sign. Cancer, it's time for you to experience a period of heightened level of confidence and act as a magnet for others. This presents a unique opportunity to be assertive and forge new connections. Thanks to go-getter Mars in your networking zone from June 9th to July 20th, you'll find that your friends and community have your back no matter what approach you're taking to meet your goals. The month will also bring out a playful spirit and a desire for novelty, making it an ideal time to infuse existing relationships with excitement. Additionally, it's a great opportunity to explore new hobbies and uncover hidden talents. Under the influence of Venus, Cancers, particularly those inclined towards tenderness, will exude an alluring charm, especially towards or in their relationships. You can captivate others through a perceived vulnerability or your protective nature. Prepare yourself for what's coming up next by emphasizing rest and self-care, as well as tending to your psychological needs. It could be that slowing down is precisely what you need to hit the ground running later. And Leo, with the sun moving through your networking zone, you'll be stirred to connect and collaborate more with friends, colleagues, your community, and other organizations you feel synced with. Although you tend to prefer to take on leadership roles, you'll find a lot of pleasure and even a confidence boost from being a team player and working alongside others. This is a theme you'll find that's prominent over the course of the year ahead as the result of lucky Jupiter in the zone. And this is from May 25th to June 9th. Leo may find patience a little bit harder to manage and triggers that are meant to remind you maybe not to take things so personally. You may find you have a surplus of energy, driving goals towards or responses to interactions. This might be caused from the powerful influence of Mars, leading to unpredictability and nervousness. You may struggle a little to handle negativity from others. On the positive side, when aware of this energy, avoid overexerting yourself and attempting to be in too many places at once. You cannot please everyone at all times, and that includes yourself. Leos, you have a great passion in life, and this month it will be important for you to understand your passion and where that energy is pushing you. And Virgo, June may bring about a challenging time for individuals born under this Virgo sign. Feelings of stagnation and maybe inability to change one's mindset may lead to a little bit of a negative emotional state. This is impacting personal and professional interactions. It's advisable to seek quiet times in nature to alleviate or balance out these feelings. Additionally, there's a risk of decreased productivity at work and potentially a strain in relationships due to this emotional unrest. This is temporary. It's important to consider the impact of one's actions on others, even those who are not well known. Remind yourself, this is the sun in your career zone now. You'll be more self-assured about stepping into the spotlight, impressing higher-ups, and making an admirable impression. You're usually happy tackling the details versus the big picture, but this season lends itself to visionary thinking and asserting your inner boss. Set a related goal around June 6th when the new moon lands there. The moon does square off against taskmaster Saturn. This is putting your nose to the grindstone, and this will be required of you to cross the finish line. But if anyone is willing to do the work to make their dream a reality, it's you, Virgo. And Libra, while the sun moves through your adventure sector, you'll be eager to break free of your usual day-to-day routine. That may look like jet setting off to a destination you've never seen before. It might mean honing a skill set that you've always wanted to have under your belt, maybe didn't have time. Or it might be reading up on an eye-opening philosophy that could shift your point of view. Simply being up for a new experience that's out of the ordinary sets the stage for fulfillment now. This may bring up some hidden insecurities for some and might cause you to question yourself and judge yourself if you're accomplishing all that you'd hoped. Seeking insight, feedback, or some praise and reassurance might feel tedious for a while. This is a time for seeking support from family and partners, and this will essentially help you manage your emotions. Just avoid venting anger on those that love you, and be aware of your energy and what you need to support yourself so that you don't wear out or wear down with stress or anxiety. This is just temporary, and though it may be uncomfortable, hang in there. Your ruling planet is Venus, and Venus forms a trine to transformative Pluto in your romance zone on May 25th. You could be prepared for an especially empowering shift related to relationships, beauty, or earnings. And Scorpio. Well, Scorpios will experience intensified emotions, so it's advisable to avoid emotionally challenging situations and instead focus on activities that bring you joy. This month presents an opportunity to explore spirituality pursuits. This might be reading books on spiritual topics, participating in classes or workshops, guided meditations, or doing some spiritual ceremonies. Spending time in nature, including camping and stargazing, can be particularly beneficial. Scorpio's emotions will strongly influence their surroundings in June, potentially leading to personalization of events and heightened emotional reactions. It's important to manage these intense emotions as they could impact professional relationships. Gemini season brings your attention to your most intimate relationships and shared finances. And thanks to the sun moving through your emotional bonds sector, If you've been wanting to review investment, game plans, savings approaches, or new ways to bring in cash alongside a loved one, this is the time of year in which you'll feel particularly confident and effective. You'll also find you can express what's in your heart and smooth over any ongoing challenges or any issues that might have been in the way or prevented you from deepening your connections. Action-oriented Mars is in your partnership zone from June 9th all the way into July 20th, and this supports one-on-one collaboration. Sagittarius, the Sun moves through your partnership sector now, enhancing your ability to make progress on any one-on-one projects. Any goals that you might have, any interactions you might feel that you were stuck, now can move forward. You could find it simply easier to make plans with your closest friend, discuss your dreams with your significant other, or build momentum on a business partnership. Communication is key, and you'll do well to dive into negotiations, contracts, and other diplomatic conversations. Around June 6th, when the new moon is in the zone, you'll do well to clarify an intention related to your bonds, those relationships you hold very close. You might even make a simple but significant move in order to bring those relationships closer. June brings an opportunity for Sagittarius to release their past and embrace a new phase of life focused on the present. This is a great month for a surprise encounter with someone that may offer the perfect guidance and insight you didn't even know you needed. Embrace this individual as a mentor and absorb their wisdom. This month also pays attention to what your body needs, prioritizing both exercise and rest with activities like yoga, stretching, or meditation. Those are all particularly beneficial. This month is also great for decluttering and reorganizing your living space. Take advantage of free time to clear out any unused items and consider donating them to charity. Seems like you may need some space for the universe to drop in something new. And Capricorn, with the Sun in your wellness zone, now you'll feel motivated and self-assured that you can tackle even more than you had usually planned, more than your daily agenda. In fact, you could be tempted to spread yourself just a little bit too thin because you're so industrious. Consider using this energy to transform your schedule in a way that's ambitious, but also benefits your well-being, especially around May 22nd, when the Sun forms a harmonizing trine to powerful Pluto in your self-worth sector, on or around June 2nd, when lucky Jupiter in your wellness zone also connects to Pluto. Capricorns can also expect an increase in tenderness and emotions in June, sparking a desire for stable relationships. This month holds numerous opportunities for meeting potential soulmates or partners. Capricorns will display impressive flirting skills, garnering unexpected admiration. However, it's important to remain cautious and mindful while seeking deeper connections. Communication and helpfulness will characterize Capricorns in June, presenting a prime chance to rekindle old friendships or reconnect with former classmates, friends, relationships. The personal growth achieved during this period will leave a lasting impression on others. This will bolster your self-confidence, Capricorns, and the full moon's influence in June will be significant for you, warranting the avoidance of strain, stress, and emotional turmoil to avert potential adverse consequences. And Aquarius, well, Gemini season is when the universe pushes you to tap into your artistic impulses, prioritize lighthearted, fun-loving activities with your nearest and dearest, and embrace spontaneity more than usual. Because the Sun is moving through your romance and self-expression sector, life could very well look quite different, and you could feel even more empowered and standing strong in your sense of self after this season. Thanks to the Sun and various planets in the zone connecting with transformative Pluto in your sign, you'll do well to trust your heart and see where the moment leads. Your spontaneity will lead to an unplanned and exciting month. Restlessness and a desire for attention will drive new experiences, but attempts to restrain you may result in conflict. Despite this carefree mood, It's important not to neglect responsibilities as they may accumulate and become overwhelming. Aquarians will experience a sense of freedom and liberation. It's time to let go of the past and embrace the present moment. Your distinct sense of humor will draw the attention of many, and your charisma will captivate those of the opposite gender. While your social life may bring opportunities, there's a risk of misusing them, potentially causing harm to others. Be loving from and with your heart, and thoughtful with your thoughts before you speak your words. And Pisces, while the sun is in your home zone during Gemini season, your focus will be on connecting with loved ones, tending to your domestic world, and caring for your inner peace, perhaps by diving into healing self-work endeavors like meditation or working with a therapist. With the sun and several planets forming a powerful angle to Pluto's transformative energy, you could come away from this season feeling rejuvenated mentally and emotionally. And lucky Jupiter's trine to Pluto on June 2nd could send you down an especially eye-opening, heartening path. The influence of Jupiter indicates fateful events, particularly in terms of career opportunities and interpersonal relationships. Stay alert and be proactive, as these developments could have a lasting impact on your life. Expect significant changes in June with the potential for both positive and negative outcomes. How you choose to approach these situations will determine the impact on you. Your straightforward nature will serve you well this month, allowing you to act on your instincts and embrace new experiences without hesitation. June promises to be an expanding month for all. The planetary shifts create openings, closings, and challenges or freedom. Where we experience these surges and lack in the energy depends on when we were born, where we are now, and our awareness to the influences of energy. My suggestion is always to go with the flow when possible. Pause. Ask the universe for directions. Pay attention to what is given to you and follow them. If you were driving and you get lost, you'd logically check your GPS, Google Maps, or stop and ask for directions. If you've ever had the experience of being totally lost and depending solely on the directions of Google Maps or GPS or the directions of a stranger, you know that feeling of letting go and trusting. You usually only have to have that experience once, and then you learn to trust the app will take you to where you go. And you also understand that sometimes that app gives you directions so that you avoid traffic. Sometimes it takes you on detours. Sometimes you get to follow a scenic route. It's really no different in asking the universe for the best path, but you have to trust and follow the directions that are given to you. I'm Lori Wondra of Your Life Core, and thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe podcast with Lori Wondra of Your Life Core. For current events or to schedule a private session with Lori, please visit yourlifecore.com.